All right, what's up, guys? This is Past the Pop Culture. Almost forgot what we were for a second there. Well, I'm your host, Ricky, my co-host, Mr. Fenn.
What's up?
And so today, well, episode 29, almost episode 30, and it feels kind of weird. We've been doing it for a minute. We've been doing it for a minute now and still enjoying it, so that's good. But today we're going to be talking about Battlefield 2042 and Nickelodeon All-Star Smash. Oh no, is it All-Star Brawl? I'm sorry.
All-Star Brawl. Dang.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm still not over Smash ending, dude. I don't know. I do. I'm not sure if we talked about that before, but man, dude, we talk about Smash Bros a lot, if we're being honest, but I don't know, man. Like, Sora, of course, confirmed. Everyone knows. I don't think it's a spoiler anymore because I got spoiled. I was kind of upset because right when I got onto YouTube, I went directly to the Nintendo thing, but all of my recommended was like Sora, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wanted to see the reveal myself without knowing who it was, and I didn't wake up in time to see it revealed. I'm sorry, then and there.
I think it was showed at 7 a.m. right?
Yeah, it was like 7 a.m. I was like, you think I'm gonna wake up at 7? I can barely woke up right now. Yeah. But yeah, so it's very interesting. It's a very passing of the torch, I feel like now with Nickelodeon, because I know you were saying that they actually made a game before the developers. I'm not too familiar with.
I can't remember the name.
Developers are, but apparently they made another platform fighter very similar to this one, but it didn't really catch traction. And so, I guess they got the rights to the characters, but I know you were also saying that, what was it again? It was like they couldn't get the rights to the voices and the music?
To the voices and the music, which is kind of weird. I don't know how that works if they can get the rights to the characters, but they can't get the rights to the voices. Is that actually a thing?
I think because then you have to get the music is probably outsourced or something. There's probably music studios involved with that eventually. But I would presume Nickelodeon did that all in house, so it's all under one thing. So I don't know. It is a curious thing, or maybe they just wanted to just only give them the characters, and maybe even Nickelodeon didn't have a lot of faith in the game. Maybe.
That makes sense.
And that's what I'm assuming, that they didn't want to be like, oh yeah, here's the rights to this, here's the rights to that. So I don't know, but surprisingly, I guess, to give it a rating, for myself, I'd say it's a solid 8. I think. Okay. Out of 10. I quite enjoy it. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I do really like it, and I also like watching it, which is actually kind of different from Smash Ultimate, at least. I mean,
yeah,
because Hungry Box, to kind of give a name. He went from playing Nickelodeon in a tournament, and then he went to a tournament in Smash, and I was like, oh yeah, Nickelodeon, it's so fast, and everyone's saying it's fast. And then when he was watching somebody play Smash, I was like, man, there's a huge difference.
Huge speed difference, dude.
Huge. I did not know it was that bad. And when I was watching the Smash fight, I was like, this is kind of, I don't want to say boring, but yeah, it's too slow for me now.
It's a little different, because I played a bit of Smash, and then I played a bit of Nickelodeon to kind of back to back to kind of see how they felt. And the first thing was wow, the speed of the game is totally different. Totally different. It's fast. It's very fast paced, which I enjoy because it's a quick it's quick matches though.
Each round's what, a minute.
Yeah, if you're lucky, you go a minute and a half.
Yeah.
It's it's not that bad, but it's very easy. From spawn, boom, boom, combo, boom, you're off, and then it's all right, get the next stock. It's very especially if there's a big skill gap.
Yeah.
Then that's the only thing with Smash. I would say, even though if there's a skill gap, if you're smart while playing it, you can kind of catch up. You can make up for that if you play very smart. But then also too, that encourages players to act or play very defensively, which is kind of annoying sometimes when all they do is stand in the corner or something like that, and then
Yep.
they don't do anything, and you just like, okay, they want you to approach. Because in
We know people like
I
that.
was yeah, yeah, we're not gonna say anything, but no, yeah, because I was playing against a top, and of course I'm an April main now. That's kind of like my character now, and she was like trying to hide in the corner and just use the moves, and
Mhm.
I'm like, bro, you're really gonna make me approach? And because the game is, while it is a mashers game, um it doesn't really allow, so it doesn't really allow for like playing defensively,
Yeah.
in the sense where it's like you have to pretty much go in and get the combos, because if you're
Mhm.
just doing like 1 2 1 2 1 2, like chip damage, it's not going to be as effective, because you're going to get comboed like into like the stratosphere, and then you're done, like your stock's
Yeah.
gone. Like you can't hold on to stocks in the same way Smash does. And so there's a lot of differences when it comes to Nickelodeon
Mhm.
All-Star, but I think my favorite thing is just how quick it is, and I feel like, I don't know, like it just scratches that itch, like, because sometimes I do like Smash. I think Smash is gonna probably stay king for a long time, even though I know they're pretty much finishing development here,
Mhm.
and I uh I mean, I don't think they have anything planned. So I don't know if we're not going to get a new game or anything or any DLC characters, it seems like. So it seems like Nickelodeon's going to have to carry that kind of platform fighter on its back now, which
Dang. No pressure.
I'm yeah, I'm amazed like at the timing. I don't know. Do you think it was
I
good
don't think it's
timing
coincidence. I don't know.
that they knew like, hey, Smash is ending, so let's release this?
Yeah.
Because I know you were kind of complaining that it felt a little unpolished, or that it was kind of not ready yet, or like half baked. I'm not sure if you want to go into that.
Yeah, Nickelodeon, right? I don't know,
Nickelodeon, yeah.
especially because we're going to talk about Battlefield. Like, it's kind of interesting how they did. I think they pushed it back a little bit, Nickelodeon, and then they release it, and it is a good game. Like, I feel like it is like quote quote finished, but
Yeah,
it's just
like in
really
a playable
weird.
state.
Yeah, it's playable, and it like you can actually enjoy it. But like,
Mhm.
I feel like the more I was playing it, I was like, okay, I can start to see like the cracks. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
hate that you can't like hear. Because like, remember how I told you, it's like if you turn off the music,
Oh, it's very
it's a
quiet
quiet
game.
game,
Yeah,
and I
because there's no
really don't,
audio.
yeah,
There's
I
no
really
like,
don't
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, it bothers me because it's like I like when you hit it, it's like, oh, you can hear something, like they react to it. But like I know there's a
It's a
mod
little
for it.
more immersive, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
I
I guess, yeah.
guess. I know it's a really weird thing to say, but it's like if you're getting smacked, it's just like that. So it's like it's like a psh,
Yeah.
and then that's it. And it's I don't really enjoy that. But I do kind of like the music. I kind of wish they would have like the theme songs for
Oh
whatever
yeah.
like cartoon or whatever. But because I know
Hmm.
the music does kind of slap, but after a while it drives you crazy. So
Yes, yeah, that's definitely like the one, because I mainly play on that stupid SpongeBob map, the one with the little
yeah,
platform in the middle. I'm
exactly.
like, because I was playing with my brother, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I get it. After
Hmm.
like the 10th round, I'm like, please turn it off.
Yeah, because like when I first bought it, I was playing with Mercedes. I was like, man, this music is slapping. And then like I started playing it with like by myself, and then I was like, okay, I need to turn off the music. I need to listen
I
to my
yeah,
own.
I usually listen to my playlist. Like
Yeah,
that's usually what's going on here. Like that's what I have to do.
I don't know.
Man, like,
It's a
I'm sorry.
good
Go ahead.
it's a good like, hey, Smash is over. You know, let me take care of it for you. It's I
Hmm.
think it's worthy of like that torch, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because especially Smash has been around for so long. Um, I don't know how to word it. Like if it was trying to compete with Smash directly, I think it would fail
Mm-hmm.
in that regards. Where it's like if they came out, like if when it came out, like let's say the same time as Ultimate did,
Mm-hmm.
then I don't feel like it would compete. But I think the timing is good. I don't know how strong the community is going to end up being, because it seems like it's kind of small. I mean, in terms of like, because I know, because I went on Twitch, like there's people playing it, and like there's
Mm-hmm.
like prominent Smash players playing it, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, I haven't like seen like, or I don't even know like I gotta feel, I should say, for how many people plan on staying in it, if that
Mm.
makes sense. And so I think we'll really see, because when it comes to like Smash versus Nickelodeon in terms of like viewership, I think most people are going to stick with Smash just because it's been around.
Yeah, because
And so
everyone
I
knows
think,
Smash.
yeah, and I think that's where Nickelodeon may struggle, is just because like they're kind of late to the game in terms of like how long Smash has been around. And because I know you're saying like, oh, it seems a little like unpolished and they got things here and there. And I hope that throughout the year they keep updating, because they did release like their first patch.
They're already doing patches. So I think like for
Yeah,
it, because what, been 2 weeks since it's been out?
it's been a
I think
week.
it's been
It
like a
dropped.
week. So
Yeah, it dropped the fifth.
they're already fixing like a lot of stuff that people are complaining, like the
Yeah.
Sandy Cheeks Infinite, and then I
Yes.
think something about, I can't remember about tech, but they fixed that. So
They
it's like
so
they are listening.
it was like you couldn't tech Sandy Cheeks Infinite.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
so now it's like if you just miss the tech, you'll get clapped. But if you can tech, then
Well,
it's
that was a
skill
bug
based.
for
It's
that was
more
a
skill
bug
based.
for like everybody. So I think that it just wasn't
Yeah.
working or something. I
So
don't know
I
how
feel
that
sorry for
works.
all the Sandy Cheeks main. I mean,
Yeah.
that literally patching that dropped her like a tier for me. Because it's like that's her bread and butter. It's just that combo. I mean,
Yeah.
she's still good. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm still playing around with the stuff, so I don't have like a definitive tier list in my head. Plus, like from what I've been playing, because I've already chosen my main, so I kind of like
Instantly.
gear my yeah, like I kind of gear my like tiers towards like what are other people playing, not just me, and then seeing how well others do with it. So I'm waiting for it to kind of develop before I really want to be like, okay, here's a tier list for myself, because
Yeah.
I've played each character,
hmm
and I think all of them are, for the most part, are overpowered in their own way. Like they all have their own little quirk when it comes to like just comboing someone into like oblivion.
Yeah.
But definitely like April, the Ninja Turtles, um, are
Cat
like
dog.
probably yeah, Cat Dog are probably like A tier and then like S tier. So
hmm
like I think those are probably what we're gonna see more in the meta, if competitions really start to take off for this, which I hope it does. I think from seeing like it'll be cool to see like a smaller development team come in and kind of like make their own game
hmm
and be able to put on tournaments and stuff, because I really think that's kind of like the indie dream when you think about it,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Like, get
they are doing tournaments already. I don't know if you know that.
yeah, they are doing
Okay.
tournaments. I do know that, but like, because I would say to a certain degree, respect, like in terms of respect for like the game, I
hmm
think Smash still lacks some respect in terms of like fighting games. I think because a lot of
Yeah.
people think of like Mortal Kombat, Guilty
hmm
Gear, and then like
Well, it wasn't
the
an Evo.
Capcom
I
Street.
think what, like a year ago. I think Smash wasn't even an Evo.
Yeah,
So it's
and
like,
so yeah, it's kind of like I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic, like the relationship that a lot of people have with Smash, because it is a party game first and
yeah.
foremost, but because it does have that competitive scene to
hmm
it. Um, and because even I know Sakurai's not typically too hot on Smash being competitive.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I remember seeing something like, I mean, don't quote me here, but yeah, I remember him saying like, yeah, it's like not really his thing. Like it's more of a party game, and you rather have it be seen like that rather than as like a serious, fighting game. Which
Interesting.
is kind of sad because he himself has kind of like neglected that scene where the scene that's probably like most appreciative for his work.
Yeah, it's kind of
And
weird.
and so I don't know. I mean,
Well, so then
I can.
that's where Nickelodeon kind of wins then, because they're literally talking to competitors, and
Yeah.
like they're like working like hand in hand, like Hunger Box is working hand in hand.
Yeah, and I can appreciate that because it takes their when a I mean, not to say that Sakurai doesn't appreciate his audience, but I think Nintendo as a whole
It
though
does not appreciate
definitely
that.
is not known for like their openness and like
Yeah,
welcoming of influencers or
they just
people
cancel them.
in their scene that are like, hey, we really like your game, I think it can improve, and then
hmm
Nickelodeon or not, I mean, Nickelodeon's going to be like open armed and be like, yeah, buddy, come in if it's good device. And Nintendo's always been like, all right, buddy, step aside, no one cares. And then it kind of like alienates some of their audience, I feel
hmm
like, when it comes to Nintendo. being receptive. I guess that's the best way
Yeah.
to put it. And so, yeah, like I think we're going to see a lot of balance patches and all that stuff coming out and tweaking things for more competitive. So I think while maybe Nickelodeon has the chance to be a better competitive scene since they're willing to do that, I do think that the mashing, because it's a very mashy game, like you just up tilt essentially.
Yeah.
Or, like
Well,
and then
most
like
people don't know
combo.
that, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because like it's very interesting because like the first 2 days was just like I just wiped everyone. Like it was
Yeah.
like all right, like I have to wait. Now more people are getting the hang of it and playing it, so now it's like there's actually like good matches versus like this is the guy's first time on, and then I just
Yeah.
feel bad. But I mean, no, I don't feel bad.
It's like you don't feel bad. You do it again.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
It's
It is
interesting.
like
It's interesting since you're kind of like mentioning people learning it, how it's still kind of the same as Smash, but when you play it, it's just like
yeah,
it's like foreign to you. Do you think it's maybe because like
mechanically it is.
yeah,
It's I wouldn't call it very different, but there are enough like because that's something I was worried about. It's like it's gonna be the same game. It's gonna be like it's gonna be Smash with Nickelodeon
yeah,
characters.
that's what I
And
thought, but
while it is true, it's like saying like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter or
are the
Guilty
same
Gear,
thing.
like they're all the same game. It's like no, there's different mechanics. There's the speed at which the characters move, the even just like jump heights and how comboing is done and button inputs. Like it's all different. And so I enjoy that where it's like they're all different, and I think like to just say it's Smash again, it's just like saying like Street Fighter is Guilty Gear or
Yeah.
is Injustice, or like it's just like it's like well they're in the same genre but it's different, and I think
Yeah.
that's going to be their biggest hurdle. It's just overcoming that and just being like okay, let's move on from like yes we are like Smash but it is a different thing. And while
Same,
I am
but
a fan
different.
of it's familiar but different, and I hope to do see like more like 2D fighting platforms. Platformers. I enjoy them. I don't really know like because I'm assuming like Cartoon Network is probably gonna want to come out with theirs, and then there's gonna be a few other people like here and there that
I don't want that.
yeah, but I know a lot of people were like, I don't know if we'll get an anime one, but a lot of people are saying Goku. I know you were telling me that they want Goku because technically,
Hey, the directors themselves said it's not impossible. So it's
But,
like if they get that
that would
Goku
be
in
too
there,
much.
that game's done. Like it's the #1 Smash killer.
Yeah, like honestly, if they could pull that off, especially if you have multiple characters, I think that would be very interesting. Like to pull from that catalog.
Well,
I don't
thought
know.
Smash was gonna have Goku because they're starting to announce that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot was like coming to Switch, and they were they're like remarketing everything, and they're like hyping that up. I was like, huh, that'd be interesting.
It could have happened, but I'm kind of happy with Sora. I think it was well deserved. I think like he was a good character. I never got into the Kingdom Hearts. I know you're more of a Kingdom Hearts fan probably than me, but I thought, oh no, it's a good pick. I know a lot of people liked Waluigi, but I'm like, for me it was more of a meme. It was more of a meme, like
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
if you genuinely wanted him in, like that's not a bad choice. I mean, still, like I think I was more like either Hollow Knight or Chrono from Chrono Trigger. I know
Yeah.
I've said that like a million times. Like I still advocate for those. Like that would have been more my pick. But I think it was a good choice overall, and it was the most popular one. And I do wish that they would release, now that Smash is kind of over, they would have released the details of like what everyone voted for. I think that would have been interesting.
Do you think they would? I don't think they would.
No, because even Soccer was like, oh, like the reason why we don't release it is because it would cause trouble for the other companies. That way we're like, because people were like, you mean we could have gotten like Chun-Li in this, and then they go to Capcom and be like, no, like it's still void, like because while there are many people like passionate about it, of course there's gonna be trolls.
True. I didn't think about that.
Like bashing the companies, like you should have put them in Smash, or why didn't you want and then like because people are going to see like who were second and third, and then people will be like, oh, those were better picks, and then and so I think I want to like bring that around to like Nickelodeon, because they have a careful balancing act, because while Nintendo did kind of like, okay, let's take a poll. They kind of like, again, they didn't care about what the audience has to say, and so sometimes it can be a good thing, I guess,
Yeah.
like to kind of not to walk back everything I said, but in terms of noise for like the characters to choose and to pick and all that. So I think while these developers for the Nickelodeon game are very receptive, I just hope that they do not get crushed by the noise of like,
The
oh, put
noise.
this guy in, put that guy in, because like it's of course like they're very passionate and they want to put those characters in, but you know it's just like the legalities and getting everything in and like actually designing the character and if it works and stuff like that. And so I think you know that's the hard part is, and I hope that they learn to do that balance, and so because I think like I want to just kind of be like, let them do their thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like we can be like, hey,
Trust
it'd be
them.
cool. Yeah, like I think, yeah, we're gonna have to try to trust and be like, hey, it'd be cool if you add this character in, but I think we definitely have to make sure not to harass the developers by any means. Like, I don't think that's okay. I would say like that's the
I think we'll kind of feel or know how the audience is going to react when they first announce like the first DLC characters.
yes, yeah.
Like if everyone's
'cause
up in arms, then it's gonna be hectic. But if everybody's like,
Yeah.
okay, I can understand that, then I think that it'll be a lot better.
I'm hoping everyone can remain calm. Because I know a lot of people are very passionate about these things, so it could, you know, I don't want it to cause an uproar. I mean, I want each announcement to be as hype or even more than the Smash announcements. That's probably like one of the best spectacles of like gaming that we have right now is just be like when Nintendo announces a new character to be in Smash. I mean, it's almost like a historic event every time it
Oh
happens.
yeah,
It's
almost
like,
a million people every single time
you
they
know,
announce it.
yeah, and it's like almost like legitimizes you in like the gaming Hall of Fame for being in
Yeah,
Smash. And
yeah.
so I don't know, I think it's very interesting, but overall for like review on the game, I had fun with it. I'm probably gonna continue to play it. If you see a tripping cow on there and you kick my butt, you know, let me
Screw
know.
you. Oh.
If I kick your butt, then I'm a good player. If I lose, it was a bad day.
It was lag. It was your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it was my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is bad. That's the bad part. But yeah, because I do think the servers have a little bit of fixing. The wave dashing online is atrocious sometimes when there's bad connection. You just cannot hit them. And some players know that, so they wave dash everywhere to try to combo and it's like it does get a little annoying. And so I think as long as they fix the servers from the patch, things seemed a little bit more stable.
Yeah.
So I think that like I think the game does have a bright future though, as long as they keep doing what they're doing and improving.
It'd be
I'm
kind
very
of
excited.
it'd be kind of hard to mess it up now. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
they still can, but
I mean, you still can, like, if you're just adding very, like, niche characters and you keep not improving the characters. And I think as long as they kind of weed out some of the mashing and will go for more skill-based gameplay, I guess, when they're adding new characters as well, instead of just being like up, kick, you're dead. As long as they don't go for that like completely in every single character and they try to vary it a bit, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay, and as long as they don't do super overpowered like DLC characters.
give us more
I
side
think-
buttons. That's what I want. I keep
Yeah,
pressing
like
side
side
buttons
buttons.
for some reason, like thinking it's gonna do something, but it doesn't. And it's like, that's a hard
Yeah,
habit
doing
to
like
get
a
rid
forward
of.
smash and
Yeah.
like, wait,
Yeah,
that's
it's
not how
like,
that works.
that's just a neutral. It's like, okay, well, I know, but I do. I really hope this game's good. I want it to
Yeah.
last, just like from the perspective of watching it and playing it.
Yeah,
I
I mean
hope so.
it's good fun. I pretty much tell anyone to just go and buy it. I mean, it's a fun game.
Yeah.
If you got a buddy and he has it, go try it. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's something you play when your homies come over and everyone's just chilling. Like
Yeah.
it's fun. Or again, like I don't know how like the competitive scene's gonna form. So I'm very interested in how that's going to turn out. But yeah, I'm excited. I am excited. I do. I may not sound like it, but I am.
It's just because it's in the morning.
Yeah, but I guess to kind of like move on to the next thing, because in terms of like, bad faith and good faith in developers, Battlefield 2042. I mean, to put it lightly, I am personally insulted.
Okay.
To put it lightly.
Yeah, okay, let's start with this, Ricky. They were gonna release it in October. So I think
the game was supposed to that beta is technically the final build, if we're being honest.
So
if we're being honest.
Who in their right mind said, you know what, this game's done. Let's release it right now. And then now they're like, let's just push it back a month. And it's like,
yeah,
why?
and I know if you go back to, I think, was it last week's or like 2 weeks ago? I know it was one of the live streams we did for the podcast. I did say a month's not enough. It means that they're too far behind. They're too, it's like, it's not good. It's not good that they're pushing it back. That they're probably not even done. And I remember saying that, like, something similar, like, it just wasn't ready. It's probably not ready. It's not done. And after playing that, I mean, I don't like to be super bombastic sometimes and being like, it's just the worst game ever. But I'm kind of insulted with the product they put out.
Okay, but see,
like,
a lot of people are liking it, though.
No.
Well, like, I'm not going to do name drops, but like influencers or, the top streamers, they're saying they are enjoying the game. I was like, did we get the wrong copy of it, or?
They got to be paid for that. That's insulting. I thought Call of Duty was bad. I'd rather play Vanguard, and I did not like Vanguard. Vanguard was more enjoyable than Battlefield this year. And
so you're going to buy Vanguard is what you're saying, right?
I'm not buying either. I'm just saying I'd rather play Vanguard. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm honestly, I don't know how to feel like with Battlefield. Like, I'm like, I know Battlefield 5 was like, it wasn't my thing. I didn't like it. I thought, okay, I'm going to skip it. It's World War II. We've done World War II a million times. I loved Battlefield 1. Battlefield 4 was good. I remember even back in the day, like, to Bad Company.
Everybody likes
Bad
that
Company
one.
2.
Yeah.
I played that a little bit. I remember going to your house and playing that because my mom wouldn't let me play first-person shooters that were bloody like that as a kid. So that was the only way I could get it. I remember being like, this is an amazing game. But 2042, man. I mean, I don't know how we went so far back if we're going into the future. I mean, really, like, it's.
I have way too many. I don't know. This is. I don't like bashing games, but this was like one of those games that, like, because I tried playing it again with like without everybody, and like I pumped up the settings, whatever, and I was like, this is just. I did not like it. I don't know why.
For like the first 2 minutes of every game I loaded into, my gun wouldn't appear. So I just had my hands like this, and I was like, and just shooting. I'm like, okay, I don't have the gun. The map for me way too big. Unless they're adding more players, way too big. That I found like 5 people in like an entire game. Like it feels like that. Like the map's way too big. You're running around, and I've played games like Squad before, so it's like I've played on big maps before, and those games have more action than like Battlefield. So like it's not like being like, oh, the big map, and you're complaining. Like, no, I've played tactical shooters, and I've played like where they have big maps or small maps. Like I've played a variety. It wasn't a common. The map did not accommodate the playstyle of Battlefield, nor did it like do a good job at.
Did you get any like weather?
I didn't really get weather.
A tornado or something?
I don't know. Probably on the other side of the map, but I couldn't see it. So, like, I don't know. Like, because I mean, if you like the Battlefield game, that's fine. I think personally, like,
sucks.
I don't. Yeah, like that was not okay what they put out. Like because I understand it's a beta and stuff like that, but I think we have to stop excusing that. And I know as everyone goes like, oh, it's my beta, like it's fine, like, and like no.
If it's a beta, now, it should be saying alpha. I think alphas are fine.
Alpha. If they said this is an alpha,
yeah,
it's coming out in another year, I'd be like, oh, it's on track.
Yeah. But this is
coming out next month?
Yeah, this is like in 4 weeks?
Yeah, 3-4 weeks?
I feel bad for the people making it. Sheesh.
Yeah, no. They're under intense pressure and crunch. I'm assuming they have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it? Who owns Battlefield? EA? What was it? I don't even know. Yeah. I don't even remember. I don't even care at that point, like, who owns them. It's just like...
Did you like anything?
Okay, so... It looked nice.
I don't think so. No way.
In terms of graphics, like, I thought, like, it looked fine. Like, I thought it looked pretty good. Things did feel a little plasticky, I guess, but I thought the guns looked nice. Some of the textures, I think, for like the rocks and all that did feel a little off, but I think it's because they're so hyper realistic, if that makes sense.
Fake,
like,
yeah.
they kind of feel off or fake. So I mean, like, I thought the graphics, I thought, like, when you're running through like the grass and stuff, like, I thought, like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Movement wise, I felt like it was very Call of Duty. Like if someone handed me, like, oh, this is Call of Duty, and then, like, they had me run through a building,
I wanted to bring that up. Yeah, so
like, it's Warzone movement.
This game, it feels like it's trying to be like Call of Duty, but also be like realistic, and it's like, I hate that. It's like, choose one. Like, if you're gonna be like Call of Duty, be like Call of Duty. Or if you're gonna be like Battlefield,
be an arcade shooter.
It's like, there's that like, it's like trying to be in that middle, and it fails terribly.
Sometimes that middle ground, it works, but I don't think it worked for this one.
It did not. No.
And so, like, because again, like, when we're criticizing the game, I don't want to, like, oh, we're criticizing the developers in the sense where it's like the people working tirelessly on the game, because a lot of them put their heart, soul, and passion into it to try to make this game work. And I always blame, like, the higher ups, like whoever's like allowing this to kind of, like, go on, because
they're the ones that say it's like, all right, the game's fine.
Yeah,
it's not the developers'
I'm assuming
fault.
Like, you know, there's a lot of, like, game developers, programmers, designers, or, you know, they're like, this game isn't ready yet, we can't ship, and then the head honcho's like, well, we have to ship, it's holiday season.
We're already making the next one.
Yeah, like, well, you guys are actually 2 months behind. Next game's going to be out 6 months from now. You know, make it work. And I really think, like, that's terrible, because I mean, of course, like, we're kind of straw manning it, I guess you can say. Like I don't know how much of that really goes on, but we've seen, like, after seeing, like, what Blizzard and Activision have been doing, Paradox, how they've been treating, they canceled a whole bunch of games. Like, it just, I have very little to no faith in a lot of these. Even AA, like, companies, like Paradox is not AAA, but even then, like, they have a sizable company, and this, I don't know, like, again, because, like, I have a really big passion for games, and I would like to go and be a game designer, a game programmer, or something like that. I'm going to school, and so it kind of, like, makes me, like, kind of worrisome, like, oh man, like, I'm gonna jump into that fray, and it's like, man.
Or just stay independent.
Can I go indie? Can I go indie? Like,
don't go under anybody.
Please, I need to make money as indie. Like, that's what I feel like. Because as I'm trying to, like, work and learn about games, like, I was like, shoot, like, just trying to get character movement down, so meticulous. You guys, you know, it's like, it's amazing. Like, it's just adjusting a little bit. Okay, doing this, doing that. Like, it's amazes me, like, how much work really goes into this. So, like, I always, no matter, like, what, if a person who worked on the game put their heart and soul in, they tried, I'm not gonna blame them, even if it's a bad game. Yeah. They tried. Like I don't think, like, that's fair. Like, I can be like, I don't like it. But I'm not going to be, like, going on to their Twitter and being like, hey, you ruined my Battlefield game, you suck. Like, I don't think so, and I don't think we should harass any of them, because, again, like, and because I've noticed, like, lately a lot of, like, the game developers have been getting kind of, like, harassed or called out, and it's like, again, it's like, blame the company, but don't blame, like, the one guy that got hired last week, who was barely an intern, and, like,
he's
now
barely
he's
giving
told,
coffee, and we're blaming
Battlefield.
him.
like it is incredibly difficult, and I think it would do a lot of, like, people good if they tried their hands at making a game, not even to develop and ship, but just to, like, try it. Like, here, go watch a couple Unity tutorials, come back and try to come up with something. It's a little bit harder than a lot of people think. Like I certainly thought so, and so I don't really like attacking the individual for it, but more like just shake my fist at the company.
Yeah,
But,
see that's why I don't really like. Yeah, I'll say I hate a game or whatever, but like I'm never gonna be like, oh, like they should get fired or whatever, because it's like it's not their fault.
Unless like the individual person, like when it comes to like they're harassing other workers and stuff like that, like what we saw with like Blizzard Activision or Activision Blizzard, sorry, then yeah, I'd be like, yeah, no, fire them. Like, outside of them just making a bad game, outside of them just making a bad game, like I really don't care. Like, I mean, like if they just made a bad game, it's okay. Like
constructive criticism, but don't hate.
Yeah,
I heard, I don't remember where I heard this, but like somebody was complaining about New World actually, and they're like they're playing it. Of course, they bought it and they're playing it still, and they're complaining, they're saying this and that, and then the guy's like, okay, why don't you make a better game? And that person shut up real quick.
Yeah,
it's like I don't know. It's like you can complain about certain things, but when you start to hate it for like literally everything, and it's like, well, then go make a better game.
And I do think like that's something that has to be said too, because it's like as someone who's like constantly like reviewing games and talking about games and looking at games and deep diving and all that stuff, it's hard to like and I should say like it's good to make sure that like your head's still on straight and that like this is people creating art. It's people trying to kind of like put themselves out there, and so I don't think we should be mean to them or anything like that. But I think it's also we have to recognize like, hey, it's the companies, it's like these people who are in charge that probably don't know much about games, and they're just a manager, and they're just like, get the game out. They're some person that just has influence in the company and doing all these things, and like it's like you can't like, and sometimes like because I know like games like Last of Us 2, like the director and stuff like that, like they can be a little bit more controversial figures, but again it's just like I don't know, I don't believe like it doesn't do anything like when it comes to like harassing them. Like what are they gonna do? Like, oh no, I'm gonna change the entire game now because this one person like Booty Licker 69 on the internet said he didn't like my game, and I'm offended. It's like they're not, it's not gonna do anything. And so like I just kind of want to remind people, like, when I mean, like, yeah, the game offends me, but it's like, I don't know, it's just mechanically didn't feel good. The gunplay was kind of weird when it came to like recoil and aiming and like the bullet drop. I know a lot of people were complaining, like, where's the bullet drop? like
is there?
Like,
I could never figure out.
There is, but it's very weird because I know, like, especially like in Battlefield 1, I'm not sure if you didn't play Battlefield 1, huh?
I think I did for a little bit.
Yeah, because I know that they tried changing up the sniping a bit, where it's like if you're in that sweet spot distance and you get like a chest shot, it would be like a kill confirm. Anything outside of a headshot, was basically you had to try to like get that sweet spot, and then a lot of people didn't like that. I'm not sure if they implemented something similar again, and then just like turn the quality down to 0, or because I was like hitting people with a sniper like 2 and they weren't 3 dying. Times. And I was like, what the heck? And there's like, I know I was watching you. I'm like, there was clear headshots here and there. And I was like, I don't know. I don't think...
I mean, if you're getting shot with a sniper rifle semi-close, you should be dead.
Yeah, and I think at any distance, they really shouldn't do that. Like, I don't agree.
Maybe that's too like nitpicky, but I don't know. I mean, when you hit a headshot with like a sniper rifle in Battlefield 2042, it did feel good. Like I applaud the sounds for like everything because it was pretty top notch. But
yeah,
that's really all.
Did you try driving the vehicles?
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't know.
That was atrocious.
First of all,
it was worse than Cyberpunk's driving. That's hard to top. That was hard to top.
First of all, when I first played the game, it took me like an hour to figure out the settings because of all the sensitivity and I don't know. Did you look at all that? Or maybe it's just because I was on a controller. Because I was using a controller, and oh my gosh, I've never seen so many different sensitivities. Like holy cow!
I mean, that's good. Like that they give you that flexibility.
What? I don't think so. It was like it was explaining things that I've never heard of, and it's like, oh yeah, if you change this, it's the vertical, and then if you change this, it's like the diagonal, and it's like, huh? It's like just give me a number and then that's it. It's like I don't want to have to spend an hour.
Like caveman brain can't handle all the numbers.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's because I play Call of Duty, right? And it's only 2 seconds
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
But it's like maybe it's because they don't have like a training room or something, because you had to be in game just to like, you know, make sure it's okay, which I hated. But I don't know. It maybe it's too sophisticated for my brain. I don't know.
Because yeah, even this Battlefield doesn't even have a campaign, so we can't even say like, oh, they put a lot of time and effort into the campaign, and that's why the multiplayer is a little lagging. They've only done multiplayer, and I can only just assume that they announced the game and everything, and then they just like, you know, they were stressing out the game designers and the developers to try to get things right, and they couldn't. There was not enough. I'm assuming like it was probably like in development hell and all these things. Like it has to like to come out with that. Like I don't know, man.
Because that's not even the whole game, because we can only play one map and like one mode, right? Because I know they're having, what was it called, like Forge, like where you make your own, like you can have every like weapon from the past battlefields and all that. Like what the heck is that? I don't know if you remember. I don't know what it's. I don't think it's called Forge, but I don't.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like where it combines everything all
like,
together.
Yeah, like you can make maps or something. I don't really.
I mean, that's probably cool, and maybe that's where a lot of their efforts gone into. But like, if the core multiplayer, like the running and gunning itself, does not feel good, I don't know, because like honestly, like I had a difficult time shooting. Like again, I wouldn't say like I'm like MLG pro, like 420 blaze it, whatever, you know, 360 no
360 no scopes.
Yeah, like I'm not like that kind of like, you know, that level like of skill. But like even then, I was like, hey, am I hitting something? Am I hitting something? And
even with like the pistol, and it's like I'm pretty sure I'm shooting him, but
yeah, and that's it, like the I don't know, like the responsiveness of like of playing the game. I don't know, like I don't know what that's called. I can't think of it. Like from like how you feel from moving the controller and, you know, typing on the keyboard, and like how like the responsiveness of that, and like how you feel like it didn't line up. It felt a little weird, but usually Battlefield is pretty good on that, I would say. Like, you know, they usually have pretty decent movement system. The guns usually look pretty nice. The destruction I thought was like, you know, was okay. You know,
I mean, it's Battlefield.
It's bad, you know. I mean, it's cool. It's Battlefield. You know, it's always things blowing up. I don't know what it was, but it was like there was like these like maybe motor, like there was like orbital strikes or whatever.
There
was
like
coming down, like people were calling them, and I was like, oh, yeah! Like that was kind of cool, like because it was just like everything's blowing up around you, and you're just trying like that was kind of cool. I thought
that's the only good part, was just the audio. They nailed that part.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, like it felt like, you know, man, shoot.
Hey, where's our ambient ASMR Battlefield sounds, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Because it sounded cool, like when the helicopter's like flying over you, like you can hear it.
Yeah.
Like I like that stuff. But
yeah, definitely the sound was pretty good, but you know, I'm willing to bet that like, you know, they have all the like audio files like from all the past games still, like you know, they just had to like upload like you know, so I don't know, because I don't know what engine, because I know was it the Frostbite engine or something like that they typically run this on? I don't remember.
I thought was it like Dice or something? I thought that's what it was. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know like if they're making a new game engine as well, or they're having troubles. Like I don't know what's going behind the scenes to really be like. I haven't really like looked into it. I just kind of saw the game and I was like, okay. Like,
something. It is
like,
a lot of work.
Bored. Like it was. Yeah. Like
especially for you to say you'd rather play Vanguard, which you flamed.
Yeah. Yeah, I flamed Vanguard pretty hard. If you saw like the last
few episodes ago.
Yeah, a few episodes. You know, I still flame it, but. Like, I don't know, like, because how did I describe it to you? I was like, what did I say?
Oh, it's like you're gonna get hit in the like one nut or something like that. Is that what you're gonna
yeah, it's like you're gonna get hit in the nuts. Like it's like choosing if you want to get hit in the left or the right. It's still gonna hurt. Like it's like it doesn't. It's not okay. Like what these companies are putting out is not okay. And like, I think this is an instance of being like. You kind of have to take what these big game studios are saying, like, with a grain of salt, and also, like, I don't want to say, like, take it in bad faith, you know, like I want to say like, oh no, you know, take it in good faith, but just
Just don't
honestly,
believe
like,
him.
yeah, like I think not until like they've proven to us that they can actually make a competent game without like essentially like treating their workers like, you know, not even human at times, you
Like
know, it's like,
robots.
yeah, like, you know, it's I would say like maybe just not to buy the product, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just not gonna buy the game.
I got it
Like
for
I'm just like,
free.
yeah, so I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna buy it once the game comes out.
It's a shame, like especially
Mm.
because they didn't make it for what, like 1 or 2 years. I think they skipped a year, and then they give us
Yeah.
this, and it's like, what were you guys doing?
Yeah.
Like it should have been done. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's just it's really sad to see like these big games, especially like growing up with them,
Hmm.
just kind of like these titans just kind of like rusting and eroding away. Like, you know, it's like just
Well, once
the
again,
shells
Call
of
of
their
Duty
phone.
reigns supreme.
Like literally, like because I remember like again like as a kid, it was always Call of Duty versus Battlefield, right? Because they were always like neck and neck for the most part in terms of like popularity.
Not
And now
anymore.
everyone's so like demoralized where it's just like, please stop making games. It's literally like that how I feel like it's just like, and it's just like, honey, your next Battlefield and Call of Duty games out this year, and then it's just like, please end my suffering. No more
I
Call of
just
Duty
want a new
games. No more
IP.
Battlefield games. Like it's just like, please stop.
Give
And
us
it's just
World of
like
Warcraft 2. Yeah, right.
it's just like I don't know what's like going on, dude. Like I know that what was it? We have Halo. I'm not. Did you?
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
interested in that?
I am only because it's free, so I'm gonna play it. But
Yeah.
even then, it's
But
just
that's
like,
crazy. That's crazy. Halo's giving their multiplayer out for free,
yeah,
and then Battlefield you're paying $70.
yeah,
And at
and
least
Halo
people are
works.
saying Halo. Yeah, at least people are saying Halo actually works. It's a competent game.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I think more people, because they're all coming out in November, so I
Hmm.
think they're gonna, of course, it's gonna be Vanguard and Halo. That's it. The only reason Halo will possibly be better is if they announce a battle royale, which they're not going to. So
I don't know about that, but I honestly I don't know. Like I don't know what's the solution to trying to get these game companies to actually put out a competent
take
game.
more
I
than a
don't
year to
know.
fix the game. I don't
I don't know because like
know.
sometimes I know people have been like saying like, well, technically you can kind of like if these games don't deliver on their promises, maybe like you sue them or something
No
because
Man's
it's
Sky.
like they lied about the problem. Yeah, they lied about the product and stuff like that, and I don't know like what would be like outside of just people. I always think like you should just refuse to play the game.
Hmm.
Don't give it like you know the time of day. Like
Yeah, but see
don't
that
play it.
that's hard because it's like, well, I'll use Call of Duty for an example, and it's like, okay,
Hmm.
their Vanguard's coming out, the new Warzone's coming out, and it's like
Hmm.
if I want to use those guns, like I have to either unlock them in Warzone or I have to buy Vanguard and do like
Hmm.
multiplayer or something. So it's like you can't. I mean, you probably can, but it just takes more work. So it's like might as well just buy the game. And then same thing with Battlefield. It's like there's no Battlefield, so what am I gonna play? It's like I guess I just have to buy the new one and enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I think it's more like I mean, I understand that point, but I think it's better. Like, I think we should just. Well, I mean, because I would say like as much as I praise indie, because there's a lot of like you know bad Kickstarter games that never get made, and you know
Or
it's
they're on
like there's a lot
Kickstarter for
of like
7 years.
yeah, or like development hell, like they never get out. Like I mean, because was it Yandere Simulator? I don't think the guy even has put out the game or anything like that, and it's been like a million years.
Just took the money.
That's like when PewDiePie was still screaming barrels, barrels, and stuff like that. So it was like, you know, let's be honest here. I don't think the game's ever getting done, and there's a lot of problems with indie and all that stuff. Like when it comes to quality control, but I think sometimes I think we just have to put our faith into indie developers. Like just find a good handful and be like, here, we're gonna elevate you guys. Like make a good first-person shooter, make a good this. Because I don't know, first person shooter. Because I know you had Splitgate, but that game, I don't know, that game kind of fell off for a lot of people. I feel like
Well, it's like
in ter-
like what would you say was a generic Halo?
it was,
Eh,
yeah, it was kind of like I think because the problem was like you have Halo, and I would say like Halo is like, I mean, while the portal system's pretty cool,
Nobody uses it.
nobody really uses it, or it's kind of I wouldn't say difficult to use, but it just like it doesn't really feel necessary sometimes to use
Hmm.
it. And while like yes, you can like argue it's like a core part of the game, it still feels kind of unnecessary at times. Like you can kind of get away with it.
Especially because we played it for like a while, and
We
we
played
didn't
it for
see
a
any
bit on
portals.
stream and everything.
I didn't see
Yeah.
any portals, so it's like you don't really. They have
Yeah, and
double
so
jump, so
I
it's
don't know.
like it's
That game
fine.
kind of fell off a little bit, I think, for most people, and yeah, like it being free and stuff like that. I thought it was like, oh, okay, like I thought it was a decent game for being free and all
Yeah,
that.
but that game's gonna die instantly once Halo comes out because that's
Yeah,
also
like
free.
I don't see it because I would say like in terms of like feel, I think Halo's always been like a step above when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like even though I'm not, I know I'm not the biggest fan of like going like because I remember playing Halo like a little bit a while ago and like I wasn't like that into it. But I think like Halo in terms of like gameplay, it's usually better than like
Yeah.
Splitgate in most cases. Like other than like I'd rather play Halo than Splitgate.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. It is interesting because yeah, like I think I don't know. I don't know if I want to say like FPS is dying.
It's not.
Per
It's
se,
just it's nothing
but
new.
but definitely like I think the FPS like as a genre has very little room to grow, very little room, and I think like that's the problem is that FPS is super popular, has like a lot of money in it, to gain because I mean of course you know Call of Duty, Battlefield, I mean Insurgency, Sandstorm. I think they recently updated
yeah.
and they put that on the consoles and stuff like that, which I think Insurgency is a good game. I'm still a little bit more of a fan of the original Insurgency. Sandstorm's good. It's a good graphical update and all that stuff, but I kind of like going back to the old one, but here and there. But yeah, like I don't know like what we're gonna see for first person shooters because I think again like it's just dying down, winding down, and I think it's just oversaturated. So I
Don't
think
worry, the
until
next Call of Duty will save FPS with Modern Warfare 2.
yeah, well, like I hope so. Like I hope they're good because I think while it takes very little to make a good first person shooter in terms of like you just need good movement, good gunplay, but it's very difficult to get that down. So it's like you just need to get a few things right, but to get those few things right, very difficult. Very difficult. It's map,
I don't think
gunplay.
I don't think it's ever been like in a good state. Cause like
First person.
yeah, like FPS is like I was watching a video about I don't know what it was, Call of Duty I guess,
Hmm.
and they're saying it's like a lot of people who are complaining now were still complaining back when Call of Duty first came out, and like same thing with Battlefield. The people who are complaining about it now were complaining about it when it first came out. It's like
Back
I don't.
then.
There's never been an FPS where it's like this is like peak FPS perfection or something like that.
Doom.
Yeah, I guess that's technically an FPS, but
Original Doom.
yeah, but that was like that wasn't PvP.
The
It was
90s,
PvE.
I don't know.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
just
I
the
know.
people. That's a good
No,
point though.
no,
Maybe
yeah, I
it is
mean,
the people.
no, I mean that could be too, but I don't know. Like to me, it's like I think it's not necessarily like how do I word it? Like it's more about how they're saying like this is the best next thing ever and blah 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 and
hmm
and then we see it and it's just like blah, and
It's
it's
like,
like
where's the best?
yeah, and then I think that's what it is that also too it's just because like again like we've been getting I think it's fatigue. I think that's what it is. I think we're just experiencing fatigue for the genre. And I think game companies are pushing like designers and programmers and animators and all of them way too far.
hmm
And so a lot of the passion's been squeezed out of them. And I think the industry's pretty fatigued. I think the player base is fatigued. And so I don't know, like maybe it's just like a matter of like going outside, touching grass, and then it's like, oh, okay.
Well, I think that I think games will change, especially because now what happened with like Activision Blizzard,
Hmm.
a lot of people are starting to. I mean, they're probably just to stroke our
Yeah.
ego, saying it's like, oh yeah, now we're gonna start listening to the community, because like I know, especially with FPS, actually Battlefield hasn't said any of this, but like Vanguard, the people are like actually listening and they're saying, hey, you guys mentioned this issue, next patch it's gonna be fixed, and like same thing. Well, not with
Yeah.
Warzone, but like the new. That's why I have hope for Vanguard, because they're actually gonna try to change it. But it's like I think in the
Mm.
future, like not now, but in the future, in terms of FPS, it could potentially be a lot better than it is now. Just for the sole fact that people are actually, or the people who are making the game are starting to actually listen to the audience, even if it's just for money.
Yeah, but it's hard to not be cynical because when in terms of like, oh, they're gonna listen to the audience and stuff like that. It's sometimes like what they listen to is also gonna be like, whatever they wanted to do it like already, or
Yeah, and they
I don't know how
just
to word
turn
it. Like,
around and be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna
or
do
they
that
just
for
disregard
you."
like, oh, we're listening, and then they're like, hey man, thanks for tweeting back. Yeah, we're gonna take that into consideration, and then they don't. Like,
Yeah.
that's the hard part, and I don't know, like, what I think, not in terms of like just FPS, but I think for like the future gaming, I think also too, as someone who eventually wants to try to like get in again, like, I think from the outside looking in, I think what's going to end up happening is either we're going to have to the tools that we use to develop games, we're going to have to make them more efficient, easier to use, and make development cycles a lot shorter and less stressful. I think that's what we're going to have to end up doing here, because like, I mean, in a certain way, we've done that, because like even if you go back to like games like on the NES, programming a game for the NES is atrocious. Like,
Yeah.
I've kind of looked into it, like in terms of like learning assembly. It's difficult, man. Like, because you have to like work with the bits themselves, and
Yep.
like it's all this crazy stuff that like and mumbo jumbo. Like I still trying to wrap my head around, and I've never really like looked back that and get like at that again. And like, of course, like I guess programming languages have come pretty far. I mean, if you like, and so a lot of them use like a C language like C++ for like Unreal, and Unity uses like C#, and most of them use like some powerful language like that, like the C language. But I don't know. So I think that what we're gonna have to look at too, because I know we were talking about like when Unreal was like showing like, oh, look at these cool new graphics we can do.
Yeah,
and
you
stuff
can see
like
their
that.
skin.
Yeah, and like that's cool and all, but it's just like I think what's better is if instead we focus on making game developments shorter. And I think as long as we start chipping away at that, I think that's gonna be better. And I don't know why we keep refusing, because I think a lot of games get too bloated because it's like, oh, make the games look better and better and better and longer, and then like more in depth and more detail and this and that and blah blah blah, and more side quests, more missions, and then a game takes 10 years to develop. And so I think like I said, we're gonna have to make game development shorter. So we're gonna have to improve the tools, or we just make shorter games. And the thing is, though, I remember reading about it. Like, people want longer games.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. People want longer games, and I think while that's fine. Like, people want longer games. I think eventually we're gonna have to wrap around and be like, we're gonna make shorter games, because if you look at a lot of these like old like games, most like original Kirby, like 30 minutes, an hour. It's like but of course that's due to the hardware and like the capacity. Like they couldn't play that long. Even NES games, and stuff like that can only go for a little bit longer, and like you get like a few hours of fun out of it. But I think the reason why people like remember those kind of games so fondly is because they were short, fun experiences, and you didn't build up that kind of fatigue that we do now. Because like you have to play like Dragon Quest, it's like 100+ hours. Persona, you 100+ hours, 130 hours with Royal, and so it's like I think the problem is like while people do want longer and longer and longer games, I think what we actually should be going for is shorter games, but better experience.
Yeah, because if the longer the game is, the more fluff is going to be in it, right?
Yeah, because like if you look at like a lot of open world games, they have like a whole bunch of side quests, and it's like,
well, like New World,
okay,
right?
that's cool. Yeah, and it's kind of like a gathering simulator. Even though I like New World, New World I just played to shut my brain off and to do meaningless tasks. And that's what I enjoy it for. And then getting into some PvP and doing some dungeons, like that's kind of what the nature of it. But like if you go in, it's like, oh, okay, go collect 5 berries. Like that gets tedious in a game that even though it's 100 hours, like you don't need that. It's fluff. It's all to be selling it like we have 100 hours of gameplay, and it's just you sitting in a menu screen in an RPG because it takes forever just to click the attack button for all the animations to play. And I think it has to do with like shorter attention spans and all that stuff too. But I think just making shorter, better, more fun, more fulfilling experiences for games, because I'd rather have like a 10-hour game that was like fun and it was a good adventure.
10 hours of actual content.
Yeah, and then versus like 100-hour game that actually realistically maybe has like 20 hours of actual like good core gameplay, and it's just fluffed out with the speed of combat and certain things. So I think that's something we might have to look into, and I think that'll be kind of good to like explore in like another podcast episode. Is kind of like what can we really actually like, what would like the future of like games actually look like, so that we stress out developers less, us as a community can stop feeling like gaming fatigue. And what I mean by this is just like we keep playing all these games, but like we don't really enjoy it. Like sometimes I play games just to play games, and I don't know,
not
maybe
like
it's
having
just
fun.
but yeah, it's like I think maybe it's just more about like maybe it's just us. Maybe we just have to go outside more. And then like we can enjoy these games more, like have real life experiences. I don't know. I think that would be really interesting to try to find like details. I'm pretty sure there's talks about them online already. But
Where's a therapist?
yeah,
They'll know the answers.
Yeah. And I don't know. It'll be interesting. But yeah, like Battlefield, I am disappointed.
2 out of 10.
I'm at least just what would you rate it? What was it?
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
Yep, F+.
Yeah. I was giving it at least like some 3. I was giving it a 3.
Nope.
Well, yeah, 2. Oof, man. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But yeah, I'm disappointed. I don't know. I'm just happy Nick like at least, scraped out a good game. That's all I'm happy with at this point, and I'm gonna be playing that.
Yeah. I don't know. I might when when Battlefield comes out, I might like try it, but I don't think they're gonna change much.
You see how much it's improved?
Yeah, because I got it for free, so it's like I should play it. It's free, so.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't know what's the solution to
Call of Duty wins.
So yeah, I will admit Call of Duty did win this battle.
Woo!
I don't know.
Job's done.
The bar was on the floor in Battlefield.
And
all you had to
lower.
do was like limbo under it. And then you started digging into the ground to put the bar even lower.
Yep.
And like it's just even then you still couldn't do it. Still couldn't. Like, oh my gosh. Like it's kind of frustrating. Like because it's just like, I wanted a good Battlefield game. I don't know. I wanted it. Like I was like, I don't know how to tell you. Like, and then I was like,
told you it was gonna suck.
Well, yeah, and I thought the tornado was like a stupid gimmick and all this stuff, but I was like, look, Call of Duty Vanguard is bad this year. Please, just give us a decent Battlefield. And nope, we couldn't even get that. So that just proves that we can't have nice things in this world.
That's right. But I'm one step closer to making you play Call of Duty. So.
Yeah. Well, I liked Modern Warfare, the remake that they did. I thought that was decent.
Guarantee you like this one.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I'm ready to round this thing up before I start crying.
Yeah.
Crying over my Battlefield.
Let's
all right, guys.
Let's end it.
Well, today was kind of a depressing episode.
Well, it's not our fault.
Yeah. Well, no, Nickelodeon, I know, they're carrying the torch.
Better than an FPS that's been around for years.
Battlefield just destroying its own legacy. And yeah, that's all we really got to say on it. So if you stuck around this long, we really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. Feel free to join in on the conversation if you agree or disagree. We'd like to hear what you guys got to say. And, if you think, hey, Battlefield was good, let us know why. And,
we'll tell you you're wrong.
We'll tell you you're wrong, but we won't insult you. We'll be respectful about it. No. But, we pretty much stream every day, but, today we're not streaming, but when this comes out Wednesday, yeah. So we do stream. Yeah, we'll be fine. Never mind. But so we stream Monday through Friday, and usually around about 4:00 Pacific time. So if you always wanted to, talk to us there, we're more than willing to. We're playing spooky games right now. We're playing Phasmophobia. Try not to pee my pants. It was a bit spooky. Had a bit of technical troubles, but hopefully we're past that. Yeah, and we're having a lot of fun with it. So feel free to join us. And for our Twitch, it's Past the Pop Culture, pretty much on all platforms. So feel free to follow us on Instagram and Twitter and all the good stuff. TikTok, we've been posting on there. Yeah, you know, showing off little clips. Sometimes we get a little schnasty when we're playing Pokemon Unite here and there. So yeah, I feel like wrapping it up here.
Yep. Say bye.
All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.